I don't know. Hey, good morning, man. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, and we are back here again, just going through the 15 laws of invaluable growth. We're now on law of design. Today we're going to be talking about creating effective systems, and we got the perfect guy here today, Mr. Pat. He is all about the system. How are you today, sir?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I am phenomenal. So are you. So quick recap, guys. I don't know why I keep recapping, but law number one was the law of intentionality. You want to know where you are going. Where are you trying to go? If you don't know where you're trying to go, any road will get you there. Law number two, the law of awareness. You want to be aware of your surroundings and aware of those who can actually mentor you or help you get to where you're trying to go. Law number three, the law of the mirror. When you look into the mirror, the man in the mirror, what do you see? Hopefully you see awesome. Hopefully you see phenomenal. Hopefully you see the greatness that's inside of you. Law number four, the law of reflection. Law of reflection, each and every day you want to take some moments throughout your day to pause. You want to pause and capture the moments. You want to pause and learn the lesson. You want to take moments to pause and capture your moments. Seize the moments. Law number five, law of consistency. Consistent action breeds success. You want to be consistent in your actions. Once you find out what works, keep on doing it. And then law number six, the law of environment. You want to create an environment that's conducive to your growth. We're all about growing here, guys, and we dare you to grow. And now we're into law number seven, which is the law of design. And so today we're going to be talking about creating an effective system. So it says to develop strategies that depends on systems. Now, most accomplishments in life come more easily if you approach them strategically. Rarely does a haphazard approach to anything succeed, and even the few times a non-strategic approach to achievement comes to fruition is not repeatable. So how do you accomplish something strategically on a consistent basis? By creating and using systems. So it's a quote by Michael Gerber that says, systems permit ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results predictably. Systems permit ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results predictably. Now, at the end of the day, man, systems is all about being organized. Systems is all about putting something in place that you can repeat, a strategy, a plan. I know Raz Rising just joined. He looks at, he's an investor, so he looks at charts a lot. And so he's recognizing patterns, things that seem to repeat themselves over and over and over again. And we actually have economic cycles that repeat themselves over and over again. There's nothing new under the sun. So hopefully you can put a system around whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, and you can make that happen. Pat, he's in business, and he probably has a system that he operates in when he's working with his clients. He has a system. He has things that he repeats over and over again, no matter the client, that helps him to be successful in serving his customers. Pat.
Morning, guys. Today's cup. Beware of the fog.
Beware of the fog, man. You can't see the trees. Can't see the forest because of the trees, man. Beware of the fog.
Beware of the fog.
So, Pat, I think this is your chapter here. This is your part, man, because it's talking about systems. And systems, what kind of systems have you created for your business? Or if you can summarize that in some type of way, because I know you probably got quite a few.
Yeah, we have multiple things, but our main focus right now is we're working on a review system for everybody. And what it does, it creates a funnel for your current customer base. So you funnel your customers through and you get their feedback before you ask them to go to Google or Yelp or Yahoo. And it helps you build more positive reviews for you and your business. But you don't just ask them to go, because until you have the feedback and you know what they're doing, you really don't want it spread. So we help you create funnels for your customers so you get feedback from your customers first. And then if it's positive feedback, it automatically, and it's all automated, it's a cloud-based system. It automatically then video comes up, thanks you for the review, and says, now that you've left us a nice review, would you now please take it to Google? Would you now please take it to Yelp? So it's kind of like it's based on the old age saying that if you have something nice to say, tell the world. If you have something bad to say, tell me, I'll fix it.
Yeah. So hopefully it helps to again, like you say, it helps to spread the positive feedback, and it gives you an opportunity to fix.
Yeah, and capture the negativity.
Yeah, and capture the negativity, man, so that you can fix it, you can make them make it right, make it give that customer service. So what is a system, guys? What is a system? So today we're talking about the law of design, creating an effective system. Oh, just so you know, guys, this is not a me show, it's a we show. The seats are open if you want to share. I know some of you guys got some systems in place that you work in your business or in your life that work for you, and you start to create systems that are repeatable. That you can control and that are repeatable, that help you to be successful, that help you to grow, to help you to achieve success. So what is a system? It's a process for predictably achieving a goal based on specific, orderly, repeatable principles and practices. Specific, orderly, repeatable principles and practices. Systems leverage your time, your money, and your abilities, and they're great tools for personal growth. They are great tools for personal growth. It says it's a life without any systems is a life where the person must face every task and challenge from scratch. A life without any systems is a life where the person must face every task and challenge from scratch. So just imagine, going into each and every day, having no system for the way in which you're going to operate. Now you're attacking each day from scratch. I think because of some of us lacking to put a system in place, that's where some of the frustration comes in at, because whatever hits us, if we're in that place, we're starting from ground zero all over again. And that can be a very frustrating place. But when you have these systems in place that help you to move along with your day, like, hey, every day, 7 o'clock, I'm gonna get on a Wealthy, Healthy, Happy show. That's part of your system that you put in place to be repeatable. So it helps you to attack your day. What systems do you have in place, not only for your life, your personal life, your career life, the way in which you deal with your family, all of this stuff? A lot of you guys have systems that you don't even really realize that you put a system together, but it's really helped you to be successful in what it is that you do. Now, what does the system include? We're going to go through these steps here and try to get through as many as possible. We've got quite a few. Hopefully we can finish up today so we have Fan Friday tomorrow. But a system includes an effective system takes the big picture into account. So this kind of goes back to law number one, where we got to know where we're going. We got to always keep the big picture in mind so we can create a system that'll help us to get to that big picture. It's the steps that you take to get to that big picture. But if you lose sight of the big picture, if you lose sight of your mission, if you lose sight of where you're going, then your system won't actually work. The system is in place to help you to get to where it is that you're going, or to support your mission. Whatever your mission is, the system is in place to support your mission. So make sure that you keep the big picture in mind. Pat.
Well, and the reality is you have systems. You just don't recognize them yet. We all have systems. I mean, there's a certain pattern you use every day to brush your teeth. That's a system. And if you don't realize what your system is, then imagine explaining what you're doing to a new employee that you're going to hire to replace you to do that. And whatever you do each day, and when you start thinking like, well, if I was going to hire someone to do what I do, then then why am I doing this? This is a waste of time. I shouldn't be doing this activity. I wouldn't pay somebody else to do this. It doesn't do anything. I'm wasting time. And when you start thinking about what you're doing in your processes, because you do have them, we all have them. They may be running in circles, and your process may be running in circles.
You definitely want to fix that.
May be your process. And when you document your process, you may go, oh, this is silly. I need to stop doing this because I'm literally just going around in circles. So, the way you know when you're stop running around in circles is that you pick a direction where to go. So when you pick your mission, decide I'm heading there, then you look at what you're doing and decide, oh, this is not getting me there. I need to change what I'm doing. And you modify your systems.
Modifying your system, guys. So here's the deal, man. I think by this point, many of us know where it is that we want to go. And as we're modifying our systems, we got to ask ourselves, what activities, what things, what people are helping us or hurting us from getting to where we want to go. When you think about your daily activities, there may be some things in your daily activities that's not helping you get to where you want to go. It may be difficult to let go of. Makes you feel good, or it's fun, but it's not helping you get to where you want to go. Maybe there's some people, right, that you've included or you allowed into your system that are weighing your system down, that are draining all the energy out of your system, that's pulling the plug out of the wall, and you're wondering why you're not where you want to be that much quicker. Well, you got to evaluate and modify your system and make sure that all systems are a go.
Well, and the other thing, and the old Japanese proverb that basically says vision without action is just daydreaming.
Yeah.
But if you're having action without the vision, that's a nightmare. And a lot of business owners are in that nightmare. They're busy being busy. They're busy being busy. They have a lot of action and a lot of activity, but since they don't have the vision of where they're going, they're running around in circles, wearing themselves out, working themselves to death, and accomplishing very little. There is a major difference between activity and accomplishment. The difference between activity and accomplishment is the design. Well, have you designed your systems? So it's not just activity, it's actually accomplishment.
It's actually a common difference between being busy and being productive. What's going on, Raz Robinson? How you doing today, man? Hopefully everything's well. Now, not only does an effective system keep the big picture in mind, an effective system also makes use of priorities. It makes use of priorities. So we want to prioritize what is the most important thing that we want this system to accomplish. And we want to have that list kind of go down from highest priority down to least priority. This system that is keeps the big picture in mind, that's supporting us towards that's supporting our mission. It's also got to recognize the priorities. So we must prioritize what is most important for this system to do, to accomplish, to support, and have that priority list kind of go down. You don't want to have it focusing too much time on the least important thing. You want to have most of its energy supporting your most important thing. Pat.
Well, and it goes back to what they call the 80-20 rule, right?
Yeah, the Pareto principle.
The Pareto principle. 80% of your activity only generates 20% of your success, or 20% of your profit, or 20% of your customers, whatever that is. And the reality is, can you imagine how productive you would be if you focused 80% of your time on that 20% that actually moves you forward? And stop wasting 80% of your time on that 80% of busybody work. Yeah.
That's why you say I need a virtual assistant. All right, so let me go back real quick, guys. I didn't ask these questions as far as the big picture. It says, what is your big picture and what areas must you grow to achieve your purpose? What systems can you develop to advance yourself in those areas today and every day? What must you do? And then under the part of priorities, the questions are, what systems do you need to put in place to help you maintain your priorities? And what people do you need to give responsibility and power to so they can help you? Man, that second question, what people do you need to give responsibility and power to so they can help you? You got to be very careful with that question there. I found that there's a lot of people that say they want to help you get to where you want to go, and they actually do really mean to, or they intend to help you. But you got to find out the people who actually can help you. There are plenty of people who may support your mission. They may intend to help you get to where you want to go, but maybe they don't have the skills. Maybe they don't have the drive. Maybe they don't have the ambition. Maybe they don't have the work ethic, but they really want to help. Well, those are the people you say, hey, can you just help me by just continue to send positive messages my way. Continue to pray for me. But there are other people who really want to help, who do have the skills, they have the abilities, they have the work ethic, they have the ambition, they have the drive. They can bring something to your organization. They can really help you, and you see it in their behavior. You don't hear it in their conversation. You see it in their behavior. So I really want you guys, when you get to this point, you're trying to find people who can help you. And I'm building an organization right now. I'm seeing this each and every day. There's certain people who just need to be on the sidelines. They can help, but they're only going to help 10%. But there's other people who are going to be helping 80, 70, 60%. And that's where I'm spending a lot of my time with those people so we can really build this organization and make it dynamic. Pat.
Well, and like any head of any organization, you are the head of your life. And as a head of your life, as the coach for your team, you need to decide not only what players you need, but what positions you put them in. So not only do you need to get them on the bus, but you also need to give them the right assignment.
Give them the right assignment, guys. And I like that bus reference because I refer to a train, right? And I say, hey, we're on this train, right? And it doesn't matter if you are in the conductor's spot, that's where I'm at, and you're in that first car, or if you're in the caboose, it doesn't matter as long as you are on the train. But there's some people who are not even on the train. There's some people who are just not on the train, man. So effective systems, they keep the big picture in mind, guys. And effective systems make use of your priorities. Not only that, but they also include measurement. You should be able to measure if this system is actually effective. And so it says here, when people know their work is being measured, their productivity increases. When people know their work is being measured, their productivity increases. So it says measurement makes a difference. It enables you to set goals, evaluate progress, judge results, and diagnose problems. If you want to stimulate your growth, progress, and evaluate the results, build measurement into your systems. Pat.
Well, and there was a story about a Southwest airline stewardess that I think is appropriate here. And she actually got a letter of complaint sent to the chairman of the board. And the complaint was she was being too happy and too friendly. And the problem is that's one of the values for Southwest Airlines. And the response from the chairman of the board was, we're going to miss you.
That's what we do. How can you get a complaint for being happy? That's crazy.
Well, I mean, some people just are content being where they are, you know, they're happy in their misery and they don't accept, but Southwest is a unique culture, but the guy actually wrote a letter saying he didn't think it was professional the way they, were interacting with customers, and they weren't, stiff neck, stiff shirts like everybody else. Mm-hmm. But that is a culture that they had decided in advance that they wanted. So instead of, since it was already planned out in their thing and that was already part of their systems, that she was doing what their systems were, the employee wasn't at fault for doing what she's supposed to do.
Right.
Basically, they fired the customer.
Hey, that's why I don't mind firing a customer every now and then. I can do it. I learned how to do that easily. Hey, because at the end of the day, guys, it's your system, it's your culture, it's what you create. And you got to recognize who is and who is not your customer. You got to recognize who should and who should not be in your life. You got to recognize who should and who should not be your friends. You got to be able to recognize that. Do they align with where you are going? Do they align with the systems that you created for your life? Do they align with the systems that you created for your business? Everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not your customer. That's just it. That's just is what it is. It is what it is. You go out and find as many as you can, but everybody just not going to be conducive to your growth. And you got to be able to recognize that. So as we're talking about systems, man, not only do you keep the big picture in mind, not only do you make, does a system, effective system make use of your priorities, not only do you want to include measurement in your system, but effective systems also include application. Effective systems also include application. So he said that one of the reasons he developed a habit of asking himself 3 questions every time he learned something new, he would say, where can I use this? When can I use this? Who needs to know this? So those are 3 questions as you're applying this system to your life is, where can I use this? When can I use this? Who needs to know this? I think that as you may be developing a business, or you got a product or service that you are thinking about. Maybe it's an idea. Those are some good questions to ask. Where can I use this? When can I use this? And who needs to know this? If you know your target market, it's going to be easier for you to sell. If you know when they need to use your product and service, it's going to be easier for you to sell. If you know where they need to use your product or service, it's going to be easier for you to sell because you can actually pitch them in a place where, when, and who it is that you need to market to. This kid has become a discipline in his life, so he always has a bias toward action when he learns something new. He always wanted to put action. He always wanted to apply what he was learning into his life. He wanted to take it from a stage of knowledge to wisdom. And that means that, hey, I know what to do. I do it. Now I'm wise. Pat.
Well, and if you already have an organization, maybe you already have people with you, then I'm going to give you 3 other questions. Okay. And this comes from Mrs. Beard's Bread. And if you don't know the story of Mrs. Beard's Bread, it was originally the Beard Family Bread Company. And sadly, Mr. Beard passed away. So Mrs. Beard takes over this bread company. And back then, many years ago, a woman in business didn't fit as the culture, right? And she had 3 questions when she took over. And she would do this at every meeting. Every meeting. She'd call our executives in and ask 3 questions. And the first one was, what is working? What's not working? And what do we need to do? And you have people around you. You have people in your group and organization. And if you'll just pause and ask and get the feedback, what is working? Let's do more of that. What is not working? Let's stop that.
Yeah.
And what do we need? What do we need now?
Yeah. And I found, Pat, that the bigger that your organization gets, the harder it is to actually answer those questions. Because now you got so many levels of what's not working that they don't even have a voice to be able to respond or let you know what's not working. Those people who are higher up, or those people that can actually make decisions to change things. And it takes so long just to get it to change because the organization is so huge. But those are great questions to ask. What's working? What's not working? What do we need to do? The smaller that you are as an organization or as a unit or as a family, the easier it is to attack the things that are not working. It's easier to fix whatever systems that you have in place. Just keep in mind, though, the bigger that you get, the harder it is to fix because now it involves so many different levels of infrastructure in order to attack the root or the problem that might be going on that's keeping you from being the most effective organization that you can be. So we talked about application, the big picture. We've also talked about priorities and also measurement. The 5th thing, it says that if an effective system employs organization. Now, this is all the same thing, right? Because when I think of system, I think of organization. You want to be organized. It says no one time waster for most people is looking for things that are lost. No one time waster for most people is looking for things that are lost. So being organized is going to help you with this time waster called procrastination. When you're organized and you know what you want to do each and every day, you're creating this system of repeatable processes, repeatable practices that can be applied each and every day. You know what you're going to do, you know when you're going to do it, and you set in stone an organized manner in which to do it. It helps you to avoid wasting time. Because now when you get started, maybe it's in your organization or whatever system that you have in place for your family, it's like boom, boom, boom. You already know what it is that you're going to do. You already know the system that's in place. All you got to do is work the system. Put the system in place and work the system. That's going to help you to avoid a lot of the procrastination. That's the number one thing that most people will say. When I coach people and I ask them about their weaknesses, the number one answer is procrastination. I've just been procrastinating on myself. I've been procrastinating on my goals, which is why I'm not where I want to be right now in life. And here's the deal. In order to fix procrastination, it calls for action. And the action needs to be within a system. That way you can actually repeat it each and every day and have action upon action upon action. That's how you have massive action for explosive growth. Pat.
Well, and you will find some things that you're procrastinating about, you shouldn't be the one doing them. That's why you keep procrastinating about it. You know, I took a thing in time management at one time, and back when they had day timers, you used to physically carry instead of electronics, and it was all paper.
I still carry a day timer.
Okay. Well, I know, but a lot of people have gone electronics on their phone now. But one of the symbols that we were taught was if you didn't finish that task, you would arrow it forward to the next day. At the end of the week, you would review your week. If you have arrowed this task forward 7 days, stop lying to yourself. You're not going to do it. Now, once you realize you're not going to do it, then the question is, instead of procrastinating, I need to assign this to somebody else. I need to hire somebody else to do this. For example, most business owners may be really good at what they do, but they may be really bad at doing book work. Hire a bookkeeper.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not going to do it and you realize you're not going to do it, then assign it to somebody else. You know, if you're really good at sales and marketing and that's your gift, use your gift.
Yeah, that's my gift.
Why be a bookkeeper? That may not be your gift. There are other people that is their gift. And if it's their gift, they can do it more efficiently, more effectively. They enjoy it. When you enjoy what you're doing, you're going to be better at it, right? And there's so many things you have to do to get things done. Some of it you shouldn't do.
Absolutely.
Recognize what you should do. Recognize what you shouldn't do, and assign it to somebody else.
And that's the part about building the system. So we think about system, guys, and creating an effective system that's going to help you to grow, help you to develop. We're also talking about creating an organization, and that means that we're talking about building relationships at the end of the day. Because as you build the relationships, as you build your network, then you're going to actually find people who can be strong where you are weak at. So as he said, you know, there's some things that you simply shouldn't be doing. There's some things that you simply should be passing off to someone else, or delegating to someone else, or partnering with someone else, and let them handle this while you can handle that, so that the organization can actually grow. The problem with many of us, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you're one of those people that has that you're the strong personality person who thinks that you can do everything. You're Superwoman, you're Superman. You find yourself burning out over time because you're trying to do everything yourself. I've never met a rich hermit, which means that if you want to be effective in your organization, build the relationships, stop trying to do everything yourself, do the things that you're great at, and let someone else do the things that they're great at. What does that do? That creates what they call, this word is called empowerment. It empowers other people to have a buy-in into your organization, whatever it is that you're building. It empowers them. So not only are they getting paid possibly, but they're also empowered, which gives them a sense of fulfillment that they are contributing to your organization. They are important to whatever it is that now not only are you building, but they're building, which becomes that we are building. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. What's going on, Nelson? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. So here's the deal, guys. So we are in the 15 laws of invaluable growth. This is law number 7, the law of design. And we were hoping to get through all of the, we got one more. Well, let's try to tackle this last one. All right. So creating an effective system for you to grow. Number one was that, I almost forgot. Number one, you want to keep the big picture in mind. Keep the big picture in mind. Number 2, you want to make use of your priorities. Number 3, you want to include measurement. You want to be able to measure it. Number 4, you want to include application. Not only do you want to know, but you want to apply. That's wisdom. Number 5, you want to employ organization. And then the last point here is that an effective system promotes consistency. Now, this goes back to the law of consistency, was law number 5, which we talked about a couple weeks ago, was that consistent action breeds success. Once you find something that works, keep on working it. And once you find something that works, keep on working it. When you find something that doesn't work, stop working it. That's just that simple. Success leaves clues, guys. Success leaves clues. So find out what's working, do that more often, find out what's not working, stop doing that, and you'll find yourself being more effective. That's right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's right, Nelson. Pat.
Well, and we started this week with a little catchphrase was, what's next?
Yes.
Okay. So once you start building systems in place, you'll find that mentally and sometimes even physical time-wise, you now have more energy and effort and time to focus on your top 20%. The little bit of that gives you the best return. And if you could focus on the 20% that gives you the best return, because now you've organized, structured, and you have other people doing the things you're not really good at, that's really for you is a waste of time, even though it needs to be done. But for you, it's a waste of time.
Absolutely.
Then things just go better. So find the 20% where you are the most productive.
So let me ask you this, guys. Have you guys, everyone that's here, have you figured out for yourself the 20% where you're most productive? Or are you the person that's trying to do the 100%? Have you found out for yourself in your organization and whatever it is that you're doing in life right now, have you found out for yourself what's the 20%? So I want you to make your task. Peter said he's doing 100%. He's doing everything. That's a cool dude. Here's what I want you to make your task. I want you to make your task finding out your 20%, doing a self-assessment of the contribution that you bring. Nelson said he's doing 100% too. Hey, that's okay, guys, because, we are 80 to 85%. Okay. And that's the thing, guys. We're go-getters. I know who we attract to the show. We attract people that are talking about massive success. They're the hardest workers in the room. But we also want to understand that there are people that are connected to us that can help us, right? That we can barter and trade with, that we can create partnerships with. And it's hard sometimes because you got this thing. This is your vision. This is your baby. It's hard to let it spread its wings, right? But find a place where you have that 20%, where you are where it's your maximum effectiveness to your organization. And once you realize that, once you determine that, then I want you to make a concentrated effort to find other people who can help you with the other 80%, and watch and see how much you grow because you've let go. Let me repeat that again. Watch how much you grow because you've let go. Uh-oh, we got another one, Pat. Watch how much you grow because you let go, man. So we had a lot of phrases this week. And this is the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. We're all about growing, guys. We dare you to grow. That's why we're here each and every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. 30 minutes to kind of get our day started here on the East Coast of the United States. Of course, you may be anywhere because we don't know where you are. You could be across the country in a whole nother country, whatever. But it's 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pat, you got any last words for the peeps?
Never be your own dentist.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, Toronto, Canada. Oh, cool, Nelson. Never be. Go ahead, Pat.
Even if you're a good dentist, you shouldn't be your own dentist. But even if you think you're good at something, it doesn't mean you should do everything.
Yes. That again, I suffer with it too, guys. I'm not saying I've perfected. I'm building an organization, but I'm trying to let some stuff go. Hey, you do this, you do that, you do this, and we can all grow together. Bill Gates says this. He says that in life and in business, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. In life and in business, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. In other words, teamwork makes the dream work. Hey, this is the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. I'm ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, your host. And we got our guest here, Mr. Pat. We got a couple of people that weren't able to make it here today. But guess what? We still had the show. We still showed up. And we'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. I know you guys want to make it an hour. But we're going to keep it 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll give you a little morsel so you'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be back at Fan Friday. And until we meet again, guys, be wealthy, be healthy, be happy. We're out.